Good Friday evening, everybody. I hope you're all doing just fantastic. The weather outside tonight is not fantastic, and that brings us right into our first weather headline, looking at rain, heavy at times overnight for most of us, but there will be some mountain snow. I'll talk about that in just a moment. After that, I think we have to wait until Tuesday to see our next weather maker, and that's looking once again like a rain-snow mix, very similar to what we're seeing tonight. Now, in between all that, we're looking at a much colder overall weather pattern for much of the area, and I think highs will struggle to get out of the 20s, even in our southern communities, as we head into parts of next week. Now, timing this out for you all on our Futurecast radar, I think as we head into tonight, that precip will continue to overspread the area, snow in the mountains, rain closer to the coastline, and where it's raining, it'll be absolutely pouring much of the time. I think rainfall amounts into parts of New Hampshire and Massachusetts will be in excess of 1.5 inches. So once again, another good soaker, good snow as you head up into the mountains. But I think all of this races out of here, and I think by 9, 10 o'clock Saturday at the absolute latest, we're clearing the last bit of this storm out of Maine. Now, as I've mentioned before, snowfall amounts will be highest in the mountains, 5 to 8 inches only across some of the highest elevations and up by the Canadian border. 3 to 5, I think, is a good bet as you head down towards the Moosehead Lake area of Maine, maybe into Millinocket, and then also down by some of the notches of New Hampshire, Peckham Notch, Crawford Notch. I think 3 to 5 inches is probably going to do it. On a narrow band, I think extending along the Route 2 corridor and maybe down into the North Conway area, I think 1 to 3 inches of snow is probably a good bet. According to 1 inch as you head closer to I-95 and through the lakes region, but I think to the south and east of there, it's a heavy, cold rain for the coastline. But wait, there's more. I think after a few nice days over the weekend, we get our next storm system, which, as I've mentioned, is very similar to what we're getting tonight, where there's rain along the coast again and snow across the far interior. And then I think this wraps up, and Wednesday and Thursday are really cold. I think that inland communities will have a struggling time getting out of the 20s for high temperatures. That is definitely cold for November. Now, taking a look at our 7-day forecast, first across Maine and interior New Hampshire, clearing and windy on the backside of the storm on Saturday. Winds will really crank out of the northwest, ushering in some of that cold air. Sunday and Monday, sunny and cold. There's that mixed storm on Tuesday with rain for the coastline. Wednesday and Thursday, those are, I think, our coldest days, where it's going to be downright frigid, especially Thursday. And then there's also the small chance for an Alberta clipper to bring a little bit of snow area-wide. So we'll keep a little bit of an eye on that. It shouldn't be major. And for coastal New Hampshire and Massachusetts, things don't look too different. Still getting some nasty winds out of the northwest on Saturday and a colder overall pattern.